Well, President Uhuru Kenyatta, if the Constitution does not work for you and your desires, just resign or take early retirement. It is provided for in the Constitution. Now, these are some of the tough words that former Chief Justice Willy Mutunga has articulated in a 4-page letter. Let's sample some of what the former President of the Supreme Court of Kenya has told the sitting President of the Republic of Kenya.
Chief Justice Emeritus Willy Mutunga, in his letter to President Uhuru Kenyatta, begins by saying, "I have elected to speak elaborately and strongly because when apparently innocuous and blithe breaches to the Constitution begin to occur, especially from the highest office of the land, they signal a dangerous dalliance with impunity. This is particularly so when these occurrences are intentional, persistent, defiant, and brazen, fueled by an inexplicable determination to overrun the barricades of Kenya's constitutional order." Now that's the scene setter. He also goes on to say, there is a reasonable presumption that anyone in public office would be familiar with the Constitution. And if they haven't familiarized themselves with the supreme law of the land, they don't deserve to be in those offices in the first place. Mutunga adds that if any public officer does not like the powers the Constitution donates to them or find the exercising of those powers unknowingly inconvenient, they have no business continuing to occupy those offices. CJ Emeritus Mutunga goes on to say, and I quote, "Resignation and early retirement are readily available options that the Constitution merely provides in order to protect itself from individuals who may find further fidelity to its edicts a burdensome enterprise." While still on the case of the failure to appoint 6 of 40 judges recommended by the Judicial Service Commission, Mutunga says the President's conduct in this matter has been beneath the dignity of that office. The ex-CJ says that, strikingly, the presidential, quote, list of hate has even mysteriously changed, meaning that the objection to the judge's nomination is driven more by personal pique rather than principle. He continues that the president has taken 2 years without presenting any evidence to the commission in spite of active and repeated solicitation points to bad faith and most likely absence of any actionable information to the judges. Mutunga's salvos are not done. He says, "The president must resist the temptation to be garlanded into the pettiness of performing power, particularly by those who have built a thriving pettiness cottage industry completely consumed by the pursuit of personal vendetta at the expense of the national good and Kenya's fledgling constitutional democracy." Mutunga says that it is urgent that President Uhuru Kenyatta immediately appoints the 6 judges, many of whom he says are exceptional. He closes this letter by, "Mr. President, you bear a burden of history to do the right thing for Kenya's constitution, her institutions, and the general public. Discharge this burden. Simply do the right thing." Dan Mwangi, NTV.